in the past because of the fact that I was told that it's another form of terrorism. We call it brutality because that's the October 22nd coalition that is celebrating their 16th March on this year. But we know that this type of situation has been going on for quite some time. Yeah, I became even more active when the Native American Carver got murdered here in Seattle, John T. Williams, which his picture is also on this flyer.
Did you know him? Or?
I met him about 6 months before he was murdered. And I still don't understand today why that man had to die on the streets here. It was pathetic and it's wrong.
Did the family get money for
Well, they got money because they didn't want too much unrest going on because the people were very, very unsettled. And there's some stuff that's still out there lingering. I understand that there's civil rights charges that may happen, but you know how the government is slow in moving. But there has been movement involving, I guess, the FBI meeting with two of the officers that has some inside information in regards to the murders. But I mean, you know how they're sworn to secrecy, where no charges can be brought against them if they say what they're saying on the record. But still, the plans are not finished yet with whether or not John T. Williams' civil rights violated on that street corner the day he died.
And how does this tie into Occupy Seattle? What brings?
Well, actually, a lot of the people that are occupying are involved in other movements, like the October 22nd Coalition. That's a movement, and there's tons of people down here that are connected as community activists and advocates for justice. And this is just one thing to solidify and offer solidarity.
And if you go down here every day, or
4 days. But I think it's been going on for about a week here.
Right.
But
what do you see the change in the movement? Do you see any change since you started coming? Or?
Well, yes, we didn't have groups like outreach, tactical, media, arts and entertainment, food. All of those different people have come together in their own circles and formulated what they do best in those circles to get the word out or to support each other so that we can occupy Seattle until we determine when we're through down here.
Right.
So we don't have an ending date because as far as I'm concerned, those in New York and other parts of the country, they're still at it.
Yeah, going.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
At this point, the groups are meeting in subcommittees. Right here is an example of the media committee. This is a big part of this is a big part of the protest. The media part is getting the word out because a lot of the stations aren't covering it as much.
I've heard from a lot of the people I've talked to. Both here and elsewhere. It's hard to tell what we're about. Probably a lot of us have heard this. Now we know what we're about. But we haven't put it together yet. I propose that the Outreach Committee draft a points of unity statement. Send it to the other working groups. And vote at the General Assembly.
Hi, can you tell me what brings you guys down to Occupy Seattle?
Yeah, basically what we're looking at right now is not just corporate greed and the loss of living standards by that of people, but that's effects of a larger economic meltdown on a global scale. What you see in Europe, you see with the Greek situation and the defaults that are on the horizon in Greece. And so what we're here to do is talk about the
elected, what's going to happen if nothing changes?
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't know if we're going to make it as a nation to another 2012 election. I mean, we could see this financial system go by Monday, by the week after. I mean, we're really on a precipice now.
And you're against having Obama reelected, I guess.
Well, the problem with Obama is not him as a person.